The Emmy nominations, they only come once a year, and me and Chris have your predictions coming up on what to watch.
I thought I was going to say that.
Nobody wants to hear you, Chris.
Hey everybody,
Hey!
welcome to the newest
Look at this.
set we hear.
We look official.
Look at that. Look at
3D.
that.
We're 3D.
We're 3D?
We're 3D.
You're doing
Yeah.
3D.
I'm touching someone's mustache. Okay.
Oh,
3D
okay.
lost its appeal.
I love that. That's all right. Yeah, just like 3D televisions.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for the newest episode of What to Watch. I'm Christopher Gates.
I'm Peyton Fretwell.
As you can tell, we got the new set. You probably seen it on the news this week. It's really pretty. We love it. And we also thank you, Mr. Jack Patterson, our technical director, for that. Look at that. He's making this all official with a
Yeah.
push and that. He is just a bomb diggity.
What are we talking about today, Chris?
We're talking about Emmy nominations.
Emmys.
The Emmys are on this weekend.
Yeah,
Sunday?
we are going to do our official Emmy predictions. We started this show doing our Oscar predictions, so it seems like this is finally coming full circle.
Full circle.
We're actually getting into Oscar season.
Yes.
The Emmys kind of mark that. We're celebrating the best in television and cable TV.
Of course.
We're going to have our official predicts. We actually got a little bit of money riding on this. Of
course.
Because we didn't do it for the Oscar predictions.
Because
so,
that's how.
and
we're
since we have a
technical people.
problem, we're gonna get to the Emmys now. All right.
My name's not Connor Hackling. That's why I called you out. Anyway, go ahead.
What we're going to do, we're going to get right into it. We're going to get right into it with lead actor in a drama series. Chris, who do you have winning lead
Well,
actor?
there's only one person on this list that I had to pick. You already know who it is. I'm just kidding. Lee Schreiber from Ray Donovan.
Really?
Yes.
I have actually watched the show. What about his performance, do you think?
He plays such a raw and gritty character, set in a world that, I'll be honest with you, Lee Schreiber is a great character actor. He seems to put a lot of his performances as just playing that. He's not a straight-laced man. You always feel there's something dark behind him, and I kind of like that. I really was looking at Kevin Spacey as Francis Underwood in House of Cards, but I really like the seasons that Lee Schreiber has done for Ray Donovan. I really like how they've gotten more to his character with the backstory with his father John Voight and his daughter. I really like the direction that they're trying to take with the show.
You definitely make a compelling case. My pick for lead actor in a drama series is going to Rami Malek from Mr. Robot.
Excellent choice.
I just got into Mr. Robot when they started season 2, and boy, have I not been disappointed by starting Mr. Robot. I actually wish I would have started it earlier because, holy crap, this show is psychological. It gets in your head, which I know is redundant, but it really does, and it makes you second guess what you're seeing. If it's real, does it mean anything? Is it not important? And Rami Malek's performance definitely plays a heavy role into that. He's this damaged guy. He doesn't do well with people, and he's kind of a drug addict, and he's kind of this hacker guy, obviously. He's kind of this renaissance man of hacking, and you believe Rami Malek. That is a hard name for me to say. I'm going to struggle with it.
Words are hard.
And going into the show, I did not expect it. I had seen him in a few things. Obviously, we liked him in Until Dawn as a video game, but I didn't expect anything like this. Definitely looking forward to the rest of his work, and he's nominated for season 1, which if you haven't seen season 1 of Mr. Robot, definitely go check out.
Definitely need to check that out. You really need to. Lead actress in a drama series. Who's your pick for that?
My pick for lead actress in a drama series is a resounding Robin Wright. I want to yell it from the rooftops. Watching House of Cards season 4, Jen A. Watching House of Cards season 4, you go into watching House of Cards, you know what you're going to get. You know it's going to be nail-biting drama, a lot of political, satire. Maybe not so much as the Veep, but it definitely feels like they're poking fun at like what really goes on in politics and stuff, and they kind of show the underbelly, the darkness of what a lot of these politicians are willing to go through, especially Kevin Spacey's character.
They do.
But what I wasn't expecting going into the season was Robin Wright. She always nails it in this show. She's probably got more to do in this season than Kevin Spacey's character. Even he gets the nom. Robin Wright nails it. There are a lot of crushing things that happen to Claire in the season. If you watch House of Cards, you know what I mean. She she doesn't over dramatize her parts. She goes at her parts with a subtlety and as an actress, and I really appreciate that what you said about Liev Schreiber, that rawness in her character, and I definitely feel for her as a person in House of Cards, which is really saying a lot considering up until this point you haven't really felt for the Underwoods. They're kind of a wrecking ball and affecting everyone else, but they're starting to crack a little bit, and I really felt that with Robin Wright, her depiction of Claire Underwood this season.
Robin Wright is clearly an excellent choice for this. Along with even Claire Danes and Viola Davis. The one I pick over Kerry Russell playing the Americans is Taraji P. Henson as Cookie Lion from Empire. And simply, Taraji P. Henson, she has been a fantastic actress. In a number of stuff, she was playing Person of Interest. She played in the new Karate Kid remake as the mother of Will Smith's son, Jaden, one of the shining lights in that. And obviously, as much as the acclaim that show has gotten with Terrence Howard playing the titular character herself, Taraji P. Henson makes this show. This show, she is to make it or break it. She is the JR in Dallas. She is the old school for you folks out there.
Taraji P. Henson is the JR of Dallas.
Well, who shot JR?
I want that made into a T-shirt. I mean, love that.
It's a character where so many people love her and so many people can hate her.
Right.
And she plays that role so well. A role that is just, that you can be so despicable, but at the same time, you're so likable. And, she really has done a fantastic job playing both the victim and playing both the persecutor. And I'll be honest with you, this is a great list of people on there, but yeah, she is my definitive choice for that.
All right, we're gonna go to another big category that you and I like, lead actor in a comedy series. Now, the comedy series, actually, when we were making our picks, was probably the hardest time we had making these picks, was for the comedy series, the comedy actors and actresses. It was a tough time because there was a lot of good shows in this category. Lead actor in a comedy series, my pick goes to Aziz Ansari in Master of None.
Yes.
Not only do I think that Master of None surprised a lot of people at how good it was. It didn't surprise me because going into it, I loved Aziz Ansari's work in his stand-up specials and a lot of the movies that he's acted in. He definitely was the best part of Funny People to me, which is false advertising because that movie was not about funny people at all, except for Aziz Ansari's character as Randy with 8 A's, and loved his character in that. So when I went into Master of None, I was expecting a lot of that craziness, but it wasn't that. It was a lot of situational comedy. It kind of reminded me of Seinfeld in that the humor came,
that type of stuff. Yep.
The humor came from everyday conversation. It felt natural, and that show did a lot of subtle things with talking about being a minority in New York, specifically an Indian American in New York, which I thought was a very unique perspective, considering we don't have a whole lot of that in Hollywood or in television. We don't have a lot of Indian Americans' perspective, and I found that very interesting. And not to mention the show is friggin' hilarious. So really enjoyed Aziz Ansari. I think the Emmys are gonna take a note from the Oscars and give a few of these Emmys to people of color and maybe not make it such a white man's club. And I think that they're going to do that.
What?
They're very predictable in that way.
Really? In this category with Anthony Anderson, Aziz Ansari, Will Forte, Will H. Macy, Thomas Middleditch, and Jeffrey Tambor? You really think so?
Yeah.
I don't know why I did
4 of the 6.
4 of the 6. What in the world? Believe it or not, I actually picked Aziz Ansari too.
So we agree on this.
So we both agreed on that. It was a hard choice between him and Jeffrey Tambor in Transparent, because if you've seen Transparent, you see what Jeffrey Tambor can do. That man deserves to win any kind of award that's given to him.
Yeah, let's start out by saying, like, all of these picks we're making, that's no disrespect to the people who have been nominated, because all of these Emmy nominations. These people deserve to be nominated. We looked through it, and there was not a single person we would have taken out. They did a really good job, and that's what made these picks so hard for us.
It makes them so difficult.
And we're going to move on to lead actress in a comedy series. Who did you have for lead actress in a comedy series?
I went with this, one of my favorites of all time, Julia Louis-Dreyfus as Selena Meyer. Of course, Veep. I'm a huge fan of the show. I'm a huge fan of Julia Louis-Dreyfus. It's just her comedy work. All the years that she's been doing, I've been a huge fan of her when she was back in Seinfeld, back when she did New Adventures of Old Christine, even her short-lived Ellie show on NBC. Yeah. I've always been a huge fan of her because she plays that role of just somebody who's neurotic, someone who's not a full deck of cards. Just
she's not working with a full
she's
deck.
Crazy. She plays crazy on such a perfect level. I mean, you see those Old Navy commercials that she does. She's just like, who is this person? And that's why I love her. I love her in Veep. She really carries that show.
She's already got 7 Emmys from her work in Seinfeld and in Veep so far. So she's definitely the veteran coming in.
She's the veteran, and it goes to show you. And it was really hard, but especially against Ellie Kemper and Lily Tomlin. It is such a Amy Schumer. I don't know why I said Lily Tomlin. Amy Schumer. Sorry, Lily Tomlin. But Julia Louis-Dreyfus is my pick definitely for that. Who's yours?
Yeah, I'm going the opposite direction. You picked the heavy hitter going in. I'm going for one of the young guns. Now, going into this, seeing Ellie Kemper nominated for The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, one of my favorite Netflix shows, I think, out right now, and that's saying a lot because Netflix has a lot of great shows. This one shines as well as Master of None did for me, as this kind of bubbly comedy, and in this world where we have these dramas seem to be getting darker, they're trying harder to get Emmy nominations to show how dark those shows are. This show comes out, and it seems like an 8-year-old wrote it, not in the sense that the dialogue's not good, but that it's so full of wonder and purity, and it's just good, clean American comedy.
It's a very colorful show about a very, it could be almost a sensitive topic of them being, she was in a bomb shelter?
She was in a bomb shelter for, I think, 8 years or something like that, and she's coming out and she has this young perspective of New York, and Ellie Kemper plays that character to such perfection. It kind of reminds me a lot of her character Erin in The Office. Obviously a little smarter, but that's not hard. Erin was just lost in that show. But Ellie Kemper has this upbeat personality, and the show has that tone that really carries through. In the bomb shelter, that's kind of dark. But the way the show presents it, it doesn't seem that way.
It is one of the most colorful, outbeat shows that I've seen in a long time.
And the intro song will get stuck in your head all day. I cannot wait every time a new season comes out to start singing that song. It's a miracle! This is her first nomination, and I think it's going to be her first win. So we're going to go to Variety Talk Series. Now,
not reality competition program. I'm just kidding.
We're skipping around here. We're trying to get to the heavy hitter shows, the heavy hitter categories, rather. Variety Talk Series. Now, a lot of talk shows that we know and love are nominated. Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, Late Late Show with James Corden here on CBS, and The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, Real Time with Bill Maher. Great shows. They always get nominated. Chris, who do you have winning the Variety Talk Series?
Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon. I picked him simply because I'm sorry, I didn't pick this one. My Brennan Shields, I had her pick this one for me, so she actually.
You didn't pick all of yours. You had guest.
You had a goldfish pick yours, so you're worried about.
True.
No, I'm just kidding. No, actually, no. But seriously, I picked the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon simply because Jimmy Fallon has really turned that show around. I had no faith in Jimmy Fallon when they first announced him as a talk show. I remember seeing the Late Night with Jimmy Fallon when he took over for Conan O'Brien. And I was just sitting there thinking like, oh man, like this is really not that great. And it was kind of awkward at first, but he has stuck with it. He got his timing down. The show got better. Once he took over the Tonight Show, he built his audience with all different things that he does. He's really revitalized the Tonight Show. He's really taken it into a level that that not even Jay Leno was able probably to take it, because he's just young and he's fresh, and it's a good show. It's a good show that that I just like to sit down and watch. It's not because it's one of the longest tenured late night programs. It's because Jimmy Fallon is a very just energetic guy. He's always doing something kind of weird, and I just love his sense of humor is almost a similar sense of humor of mine. So I'm really a big fan of that.
And, I kind of go in a similar sense with you. It was really hard to choose against Last Week Tonight with John Oliver.
Yes.
That is really one of my favorite shows on HBO right now. But I had to go with The Late Late Show with James Corden here on CBS, and that's not a plug. Oh, there you go, right there.
You see it right there.
Yeah, The Late Late Show. It's on right now. That's actually a live feed of it. That's really cool.
You know
That's
what?
the kind of stuff you can do here
That's
on
what
CBS.
I'm trying to say. Thanks, Jack Patterson, technical director, right there, because he did a fantastic job. But yeah, James Corden's actually, this show is really well done too.
And he's actually already won 2 Emmys from the Creative Emmys that was held a few days ago, last Sunday.
Really?
Yeah, the Emmys is divided over 2 weeks. There's obviously the one that we all watch on a station I can't name legally.
Later this weekend.
But the Emmys actually takes place a week before they do the Creative Emmys, where a lot of smaller categories get their play. Late Late Show's already won 2. The categories escape me, obviously, but definitely a favorite going in. Having already won the Television Academy, obviously found favor with the Late Late Show. They're hot, they're fresh. Look, there he goes talking about his Emmys already. It's a fresh take on late night.
This is the most timely thing that we've ever done.
Yeah,
like we could not time this any better. This is not. This is a live feed. I kid you not. We're taping this at 12:45 a.m. right now. We could not get a better timely feed than that.
So he's talking about
Kudos
his
to you,
Emmys.
Jack. You deserve one.
Yeah, he's talking about his Emmys, and he's going to have another one as my prediction this coming
That's
Sunday.
a great prediction. I hope so. You'll be able to see more of it on CBS and weeknights, 12:35 a.m.
We're gonna fast forward a little bit. We're running low on time. We're gonna talk about limited series, comedy series, and drama series, and those are gonna be. We're gonna wrap the episode with those.
Okay.
What do you have for limited series,
Oh
Chris?
man, you didn't
even have to ask
me.
you.
The People versus O.J. Simpson, American Crime Story. One of my favorite limited series to come on this year. Well done show. Ryan Murphy, all the people from the American Horror Story, along with O.J. Simpson and David Schwimmer and John Travolta, Sarah Paulson, Courtney B. Vance. I can go on and on about the show. If you have not seen it, you need to watch that. Watch that show. Even watch the ESPN documentary, the 5-part miniseries they did. Watch it. It's some of the best television.
It was weird how all of that stuff started coming out around the same time.
And you know he's up for parole, I think, next year. His 70th birthday.
So
They're trying to keep you in jail, buddy.
Talking about perfect timing.
Yeah,
so that was crazy.
It's one of the best, some of the best television out there. Seriously, I highly recommend it. Great show. Who do you have picked?
I have. Let me get my stuff in order here.
Oh, you're good.
I also had The People versus O.J. Simpson.
That's all I need to know.
Not only.
Why you did not pick Roots?
I did not pick Roots because I haven't seen Roots.
Really?
That's crazy! All right, so we're going to move on to comedy series. My pick for comedy series, going back to what I said earlier, on a similar tangent to Master of None winning its Emmys, I think the Emmys are going to go to a more diverse audience. I think comedy series is going to go to Blackish. Now, saying that, Blackish I don't think is going to win just because it's a black comedy, but it's obviously a great show. But I think the Emmys predictably are going to go toward a more diverse audience, trying to get a foot ahead of the negative press that the Oscars got for being surrounded by people who like a certain someone.
Well, I like your shirt. Yeah,
blue people.
Cool. Yeah. So, actually, you know what? Because after Transparent had won, I think for that category was last year.
Right.
And they want to pick. First of all the shows they're nominated are excellent shows themselves, but they are trying to, they do want to set a standard. They want to say that, yes, the easy money, if I was a betting man, I would probably look at Modern Family, or I would look at Veep, because those are the critical darling shows. Those are the ones that everyone's always talking about. They get the most credit. But, like you said, you look outside and you look at these different shows. You look at Blackish and you see what that has done as a situational comedy. Not just, and that's kind of hard these days to have such a great comedy series that is about, it's primarily African American, and to do what it's doing with the other shows, and to get such the announcement. Not to mention that Anthony Anderson himself has also been nominated for one of these awards as well. one would sit here and think that whether it wins or not, them acknowledging it, and if they do win it, that really sets the tone, it sets the standard for it.
And some people might get upset that we're making picks not only on. You have to realize that with these award shows, that they're not always picking what the best show is. There's politics to this. Now, will we be surprised if Veep or what's the other one? Transparent or Modern Family. If one of those wins, will we be surprised? No. But we're kind of going on the ledge, seeing if we can kind of go with this.
Why not?
Yeah, go with the wild pick and see if we can actually get one that maybe not a lot of people see coming. So
that'd definitely be one. I'll tell you that.
So we both agree on Blackish, the comedy series, drama series. This is the big one. This is the one that they always save for the end of the night. So this is kind of the home run category. Chris, who do you have for drama series?
You know what? Since you're on the category, and I wasn't on the same category as you, Mr. Robot. I know you watch more episodes than I have, but Mr. Robot is one of the most surreal shows that I've seen in a long time. It's a very, very serious show on the matter of just what's going on with America today.
Yeah.
And the character insight. It's a show that I don't feel like it's trying to. Sometimes there's certain these shows they try to explain an agenda or they're trying to pass on some point. Sometimes it can be propagandish. I don't really get that from Mr. Robot. I just see it.
Mr. Robot's actually they go out of their way to fight against that. That's kind of what the show's about.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. I like that. I like that feeling, and I like the characters. I like Rami Malek. I hope I pronounced his name right. As the
Rami Malek.
Rami Malek.
It's hard. Rami Malek.
I forgot.
It sounds like a ramen noodle flavor. I'll have the Rami ramen. I'll have the Rami ramen noodles.
I like Rami and Mr. Robot, so that's my pick for it.
Yeah, and just kind of going off what you said, it's definitely, like you said, it's a very serious show, but it's a very well-made show. I love the way it's shot, how it respects its characters. It definitely has some dialogue issues every once in a while, but a lot of it seems like it's on purpose with the clunky dialogue. They hide stuff in their show. They kind of put Easter eggs for the internet to find. If you go on the Mr. Robot subreddit on Reddit, you can definitely find a lot of that stuff. They hide stuff in audio tracks, in shots. They have posters in the background that will pertain to certain scenes. It's a very cerebral show. I think that was the word I was looking for earlier. Cerebral show. And Rami Malek, obviously one of the better people in that show, but the supporting cast all over the place, full of great performances, and Mr. Robot, Sam Esmail, the creator of the show, gives them a great playground to really spread their wings.
When I saw Craig Robinson in some of the season 2 episodes, I was just like, wow, you take someone like Craig Robinson and you put him in a serious docudrama, not docudrama, but in a serious drama show like that.
And I know a lot of people are going to be surprised to see that I didn't pick a lot of Game of Thrones. I'm a huge Game of Thrones fan. I do have Lena Headey winning for Best Supporting Actress in a Drama Series, but that's about it. That's about the only Game of Thrones, and that's surprising. They have the most nominations at 23.
Game of Thrones for this last 2 seasons, it's always going to be nominated. It's going to be there. I expect it to do like a lot of shows do when they're about to end its final season. It's going to probably pick up in every category, even categories it shouldn't pick up. That doesn't mean it's a bad show. It's just that like you said, it's going to win. If it doesn't win this year, it's going to win the next year or the final year.
One thing you will not hear on this program is a smattering of Game of Thrones. You will never hear bad talk about Game of Thrones because you won't hear it from me, and I won't let you. So I will not let you do it.
I didn't really like season 1 that much.
And we're just going to end the episode here. Don't forget that if you want to watch more episodes of us on lesser, prettier sets, you can go to
I got that.
Grammar is hard. You can go to WRBL.com, click on the watch tab, and click on what to watch on 3. And don't forget, you can also follow us on all things social media at WRBL What to Watch. I'm Peyton Fretwell.
I'm Christopher Gates. Thank you for joining us another fine episode on What to Watch.
That's racist!